Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Homer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Genshin Impact. I am believing here that there is somewhere near here a little bit of a tree. Now, I could be wrong. There's a tree close by that is similar to the tree that we had in Inazuma, where in that tree would give us some like rewards every time we leveled up.
Quit following me.
Here we go. Wow. Kind of nuts that, like, you know, we've just been hanging out in the village this whole time and this is just here, you know? We're just like, oh yeah, we'll come to it at some point. Huh? There it is. Trees of, yeah, gorgeous, by the way. Like the colors, like this game does colors so freaking well. So beautiful. So absolutely beautiful. Let's activate this. Today, by the way, we will be doing the Golden Slumber quest, which I'm actually incredibly excited for. This has been something that's been talked about for a while. Yeah, so this is going to be the same as like what we did before. We probably, oh my god, we have a lot. We have a lot of again, because I didn't even know this was here. You know, I thought it was going to be a loop around. Or at least at the very least, I didn't know it was a... okay, oh my god. I didn't know that this was going to be like another tree situation. I thought it was going to be the tree we unlocked down below. Actually, not bad prizes, right? Like, especially if you get more sigils, not bad prizes whatsoever. Yeah, that's really cool, because honestly, like, it's one of those things that, like, you know, it's not that I didn't think about it, but it's more just a case of, like, you know, there's so many things in this game to do, and there's so much fun things to explore, and, like, I get sidetracked so easily, and sidetrack's usually not the best word. Look how pretty this is. It's just like, well, there's an example, actually. Okay, but it's usually like this thing where it's like, I'm going through this world, and I'm like, this is beautiful, I want to do this, I want to do that. So, like, there's so many things to preoccupy your attention in this game, so many beautiful things, that sometimes you don't exactly notice all those things, you know? Sometimes you don't always notice exactly what to do. So this here will take us back to the Vanarana world, by the way. And yeah, I was so emotional last episode that, like, I didn't even think about this. So this will go, bow. Because honestly, I'd rather live in a world like this. I much prefer the world looking like this than I do anything else. Look at this, there's Arabasati.
No wonder Joy's special taste of brothers and sisters want special cookie trading.
Special cooking trading?
Yes, Anashrata, Arasaka, and Arpas, and Arapala remember the taste of happiness of Nara very special. More special than any smell in the forest. So they want special cookie trading. We'll share the taste of happiness when Wonder comes back. Hope they don't be so silly this time.
Let's hope this goes smoothly.
Yes, it'll be fine. Our Nara are all afraid of fire, except for us, brothers and sisters.
That's why Arabasati made this pot. With the pot of the fire will be very small, not too hot and not too scary.
Arasati made one for Nara Wonder as a show of thanks. I hope the scent of happiness will always be with Nara Wonder.
Yeah, so this is unbelievably cool. I was like, oh, they're gone. Like, they're not here. But then I remember, like, you could actually, like, it's been so long, you can actually just go back here. So what we might do is, we'll go up and talk to Raja. And then as we're coming back here at some point, maybe before we even, like, leave Sumeru for Fontaine, we might just, like, have a chat with, like, all of them. Just have, like, a nice chat. That'll be, like, the cleanup episode as well, where, like, we make sure we chat to every one of them, you know? Because today we are doing Golden Slumber. I said last week we'd be doing Golden Summer, so I don't want to, like, change the, the plan so quickly.
Everything in forest will never be forgotten. Not a wonder your story will pass on among our Nara. Araja knows that.
Oh, we can do this for sure, about Marana.
It's a story from very long ago. A long time ago, Rana walked through the earth and made friends with Nara and all living creatures. There was no Marana then, until a disaster that occurred many, many moons ago. Many lives returned to Sava, and the Marana's rampage through the earth began. Once the forest recovered its vitality, the Marana hid the real Vanarana in the dream to protect themselves. The forest didn't know death until a day came when the trees realized what withered flowers and dead animals covered the earth. On the same day, the earth remembered the dark, poisonous blood it had once devoured, or was about to devour. The rivers thought of the desert of the sun, evaporating all water and leaving a red world behind.
Jesus.
There is all things will meet their end, and so Vanarana was born. It is the name of death, and those who know it shall die.
They have, for like the most beautiful like creatures on the planet, right, in Tevat, they have like the most like terrifying like omens.
Vanarana urges everyone towards death. As for the tall, dark warp beings, they are very avatars chosen by Vanarana, the heralds of death.
The tall, dark, and warped beings. The heralds of death.
Now he defeated Vanarana's avatar with Rama, Sarva no longer remembers it, and the forest sees another Avshata. Everything should take a turn for the better.
That's good. That's really good. So when they talk about the tall dark beings, can you guys explain? Maybe if I'm not supposed to know yet, don't explain it, obviously. But like, I'm guessing that like, when I think of like Herald, I think of Herald of the Abyss. But like, maybe that's a bit different from like what we're dealing with, like with the Marana, Arnyaka.
Narvura left this, and Arama is given to you. Arama thinks you did the right thing. It's filled with stories between you and Arana, right? Araja knows that Nara will forget how to dream.
And forget about us. Never! I can't! I never will!
However, as long as the Araka keeps a record of our stories and names, you can always read it without the memories about the Arana.
No!
When that day comes, Araja hopes you'll find these stories interesting and touching.
They've like come to terms with the idea that they will be forgotten by humans, right? They will be forgotten by the Nara. Which is sad, but like I love that they gave us this keepsake that we'll always remember them. It's really cool. About Rama.
Araja misses him very much. Same with the Rama turning into a new Ashata. Araja's dreams have become quieter. The time when Nara and Nara spent together and walked the shades together. Araja can't recall anything like that, but stories remain.
So it's like the idea, like when the Nara and Nara lived together, like we talked about this in the previous episode, how they lived together in like harmony, and they inhabited the forest, and they were both children of the forest.
Araja was hoping Arama could see a similar world as a seed, but everything ends up in Sarva, when Nara and Nara will be joined. Also, Raj is delighted for the friendship between Arama and Nara Wonder.
Yeah, no, I'm so happy about it too. I'm so happy our sister was friends too.
Everything from us should never be forgotten. Nara Wonder, your story will pass on among Nara. So, like, what Araja was saying as well is, like, the idea that, like, he so desperately wanted Arama to be in the world where finally Nara and our Nara, like, joined together once again. And we're living in the same spaces, we're, like, friends again, and at least he got a taste of it with us. You know what I mean? At least he got to be friends with us. And at least, like, you know, he knows that everyone will be reunited in Sarva. About Arana. Arana is also an ancient Aranara, with so many blooms and rainfall captured in memories. Because of the overflow love for Nara in the forest, Arana refuses to be a Visara tree. Visara tree can't play with Nara.
Yeah, Arana just wants to play with Nara.
Araja heard that. Arana and Nara went traveling together. All the stories and beautiful things on the trip hopefully will make up for Arana's loss.
Yeah, like what we learned from that, obviously, like, you know, was like the idea that the boss we fought last time, and someone said this in the comments as well, but it's like it's the idea that it's another word for death, which is the Marana. So we were literally fighting Death's avatar, which is so sick. And it was a sick boss battle. It was an incredible boss battle. And not only that, but like, there we go. We'll go get this, by the way. Not only were we just fighting Death's avatar, it was just a really cool boss battle. And then I love the idea of, like, again, the sentimental aspects that were like Araj just like wanted desperately for the Nara and our Nara to be friends again, but at least we got this time with us and Nara Varuna. I love that. I love the connection that we have with them now. It's so freaking cool. We might not use this team just for today because we've been using them a lot. But usually, like, this team on Cosmo is like the safest team I have. Actually, I might stick with this team just because exploration. Because I imagine we're going to be doing a lot of exploring today, and I think that Vaughn is definitely... Yeah, for sure. Actually, we're also doing traveling through the sands, so Sayu could be a good example too. So maybe we'll switch between this and Sayu. Yeah. Sayu would be a great example. I have leveled up Farazan. Farazan is now Oh, you don't have a fifth artifact? Oh, you know why you don't have a fifth artifact is because I gave it to frickin' Niche. There we go. You were being that good still without your energy recharge thing. Have to level up their talents more. I'm sure. I guess this would be the one to level up first, right? Oh my God, we have. We're doing good. We're doing fine. Everything's fine. We do like this is the important one. We barely use this, right? We this is the important one, and we don't even use this either. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And this is our Layla. You can judge if you want. This is our Farazan. You can judge. This is our Vaughn, and this is our Benny. Benny's perfect though. Benny's okay. I'm so sorry, Benny. I'm so sorry. I know that they hit you with the rock. Okay, let's go start the golden slumber quest. Actually, before we start the golden slumber quest, let's like use those little fates we got there. I'm thinking we're gonna be wishing on the Raiden Shogun as well. I think we're gonna try and get the Raiden Shogun. Now I never know what the next banners are gonna be, but like again, it's just like even if we lose a 50-50 on this, like we can wish anyway, and we'll still get our pity for the next banner. You know what I mean? So first of all, let's. Oh, we have 5 wishes on this. Dia, no. Could you imagine getting Dia right now? That'd be so sick. Getting Dia is a 4-star though, so it might be 4-star weapon though. Yeah. Favonius Greatsword. I use that for Sayu all the time. Grand. And our last wish with the regular fates. Yeah. Like you can't, again, the way I look at like that, it's like you can't expect stuff all the time. You can't. You can't. We have Kanich. Now, I think in the way, again, I usually take your guys' inputs like to heart, right? We have like 10 wishes here. I usually take your guys' inputs to heart. And like, for me, like, I do think that the Raiden Shogun, like I said last time, would be like an absolutely fantastic addition to the team. I really do. So I'm wondering if like it wouldn't be a terrible idea to wish on the Raiden Shogun, because then even if we don't get the Raiden Shogun, we still get the pity. You know, and we still get the pity transferred over. So there's that as well. Let's start this golden slumber quest now. Is that a good cactus?
That's a good cactus.
Okay, no, you can have it. No, I didn't want to take your cactus. I'll take these boxes. Kid is smart. Boxes are way better than cactuses. You can put anything in a box.
Excuse me, aren't you Bonifaz? We're with the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, hello. But looking at your attire, you aren't locals, are you? I was under the impression that the Adventurers Guild would send local adventurers who might be better apprised of the situation. That said, I'm not from around here. Making a living is tough for outsiders. My associate and I are both Mondstanders. Oh, cool. We originally traveled to Sumeru City to trade in supplies and only came here at the request for a researcher on the academia.
You came all the way from Mondstadt to the desert to do business?
Of course. Since you came somewhere as remote as this desert, you two must have been around the block too, I suppose.
Of course, and we know your hometown pretty well too.
It is our hometown as well. Well now, speaking of which, you must also know what sets us Mondstanders apart from others. You drink like fish. Freedom. That's right. What we Mondstanders value most of all is freedom. Everyone hangs out in the pub in Mondstadt. Everyone. Everyone is always hanging out in the pub, and they have like 2 pubs. What I meant to say is that we Mondstanders value most is freedom. How does the saying go again? Go with the wind? Come on, it's actually let the wind lead, which is such a beautiful expression. Yeah, right. That's the one. When the north wind began to blow, some dandelion seeds were blown across the sea to Inazuma, while others were swept to Liyue. As for me, I guess I was favored by the animal Archon. I didn't stop at Liyue. I got blown all the way to Sumeru. I love that expression, by the way, the idea that, like, you know, people are like dandelion seeds. The climate and way of life there may be far cry from that of Mondstadt, but I'm here and I intend to make the best of things.
So that's how it is. Still, can you tell us more about this commission you posted at the Adventurers Guild?
Well, I accepted that the Academia Research Commission, didn't I? Cherzad. That's the researcher's name. He took 2 mercenaries with him and to look for some ruins, probably for some archaeological research. I don't really know much about the Academia stuff. In addition to providing them with the supplies, my associate and I rented a few sumpter beasts out to them. Noctigal, my associate, was worried that they'd struggle to steer the sumpter beasts, so we decided to go with them. We originally arranged to use a dusk bird, send messages every once in a while so that I could be informed of their progress and raise supplies and send them as the situation required. We did exchange messages this way at first, but I haven't heard a peep from them the last 2 days. Wow. Pam noticed there wasn't any sort of accident. That's what I've been worried about, and that's why I decided to post a commission with the Adventurers Guild, and well, here you are. But the desert is very dangerous, and you teens do seem so young. Are you sure you can handle a place like this desert? Oh, we can try. Are you underestimating us? You've left monster, so maybe you're out of the loop. Paimon, like, loves the recognition. She loves the recognition. But you know that Wander isn't just any ordinary adventurer. He's an honorary knight of the Favonius. Then you must be the celebrated Wander, so he does know us. I think you heard after all? That's right, this is the renowned Wander, and Paimon is the famed Paimon, the very famed Paimon. Goodness gracious, you can clap. You're praising us. Please excuse my rudeness. I never expect to meet a big hero in a place like this, and a little hero too. In that case, I've nothing more to say. I just worry that you may have some other important missions at hand, like saving a city or something, and don't have the time for a menial commission like this one. It's not like we're always doing over-the-top stuff like that. We take ordinary commissions too. Besides, you've already accepted a commission, haven't we? Well, that's great. Right as your payment, I'll definitely think of something. That research for the Academia has also been quite generous. I can picture now, just as they run into some trouble, Wanderer the Tree descends from the heavens to save them. That should secure your double payment, right? This deal is a sure bet. What do you think, Wanderer? If they're in danger, we'll have to help. Yeah, we'll help. Yeah, for sure. Great, fantastic. There's hope for my Cyrus yet. Cyrus? Yes, Cyrus is the name of one of the sumpter beasts I rented them. Cyrus, but isn't that... Does the actual Cyrus know about this? It's fine. Just don't tell him. No one will know. Anyway, the researcher and the others left the village headed west. The trails here are a bit hard to make out, but you should be able to find them by following the footprints. Okay, cool. I'll leave the rest to you two. No problem. Thank you so much. So the Golden Slumber. This is a quest that, has been requested for a while. Like I said, I do take, always take, your input into consideration. Obviously, at the end of the day, you have to make your own decisions about your playthrough, because if you don't, it's not going to be very fun. So it's what I usually do with all, comments is I read your comments, I, gather, information based on, what everyone is saying, and then, I don't do research into it because, I don't want to get any spoilers. But usually then I'm okay, it seems like most people want me to do this. Let's do that. You know what I mean? As research said, the cavern should have made for loads of people, the trails must be left by them. Anyway, let's follow and see what we can find. Yeah, it's it's the same thing with... Wait, this way? Oh, that way. It's the same thing with, say, the reason we're doing the Parade of Providence this week is literally because, it's okay, I've seen so many comments about this now that, it's clear we have to do this. It's very clear we have to do this. Are we going down here? I've never been down here. But there's a domain here. Could they have fallen? Oh my god, fallen down, Paimon? It looks like a really long way down. Maybe we should go and have a look. Be careful, Wonder. Oh yeah, this is also, by the way, from... It's a really long way down. Maybe we should go back and have a look. Be careful. The air glider, thank you so much to a person named Felicious Felix. Wanted me to have the McDonald's glider, and it's actually really pretty. It's so pretty. I didn't expect it to be this pretty. So that's a domain we unlocked anyway. So we have a domain there, and that's also used as a fast travel point. Now this is starting to get into the runes territory of things, right? It's really starting to get into the runes territory of things. Oh, maybe it's up here. There are people down there, but what are people looking at? Okay. We talked about before, we can't do anything about it, so we're just gonna move on with it. How, the text goes by so fast.
Hello, it is I, me.
Oh, you're not gonna fight? Okay, fair enough. Such a cool design. Hello, where? Did you guys also fall down here? So you did fall down here. We flew down, though.
The desert no place for outsiders. If you have a way back, it's just you take it as soon as possible.
Looks like the talking to us is the last thing he wants to do. Let's try someone else. Really cool character, though. Look at all the scars, though. Like, it's a great way of showing someone is very battle-worn, isn't it? By showing all the scars. Oh my god, you guys look, like, super, super, super sick. He's dressed like an academia researcher. Why is he reek of booze?
Think you could mess with me? Javel, you useless dolt. How long have we been going? You know, only to get stuck. It wasn't for this busted stone slate.
Oh, Paimon thinks he's drunk. There's no way we can talk with him now. Let's go ask someone else. Could this be Noctigal? The associate that Bonifaz was telling us about? He doesn't seem well. Paimon thinks he's resting. Let's not disturb him. Yeah, they seem like the ones we're looking for, but... That one over there, let's go ask her. They seem like they're pretty, well, understandably down in the dumps if they fell down here. So there's a rune over there. There's like also a rune door over there. Oh my god. Holy hell. Hello? Are you the newly fallen? What do you mean newly fallen? Or do you have a way out? We accepted Bonifaz's commission to come look for Cherzad's archaeological team. Bonifaz? That merchant from Mondstadt? I know. You look so cool. You look so cool. I know him. So you went to find the archaeological team, huh? Let me think. Oh, isn't that us? I'm Jeht. Cherzad sort of hired me. Jeht. What a freaking beautiful name. He said that he hadn't gotten any word from you guys in a while, and he was worried that something might have happened to you, so he asked me to come and check things out. Us to come. I'm worried about Noctigal. Paimon wonders if he was the one taking a break. Are all monsters so paranoid? What do you mean a while? It's only been a day. You look so cool. If it weren't for all that bad fall and the heat stroke Noctigal had, we'd also be trying to find a way out. So this pit is... That's right, the desert is an incredible place. One minute you're looking at solid ground, the next you step directly into a trap. And as you can see, we're trapped here now. Did you guys just get here, or do you have another way out? Still, we searched all over this place, and there doesn't seem to be any way back to the surface. We have a wind glider from McDonald's. A wind glider? I heard Noctigal talk about them before. They sound pretty great. To be honest, I'd love to give flying a try too. Wait a minute. Now that I think about it, your little friend here doesn't seem to even need a wind glider to fly. Yeah, she's fantastic. Can you teach me, little friend? How can I be as footless as free as you? I mean, floaty. Paimon is nobody's little friend. You're my little friend. Even one of us knows that Paimon is famous. I wonder who's just as famous as Paimon. Alright, my little renowned little friend Paimon, can you teach me? What do I have to do to float freely through the air like you? Imagine, again, that's such an interesting concept. Someone looking at Paimon and being like, how do I do this? Like, this looks so amazing. Paimon doesn't really have an answer for you there. Wonder? If you practice hard enough, everyone has their own special talents. There's no need to force it. I agree. That's right. Don't get bogged down with whether you can fly or not, Jeht. You should work towards something else, like a race with the Rishablan tiger or something. I love Paimon. I see. So you must have hired Paimon to teach you how to fly, didn't you, Wonder? But since you're still using a wind glider, I suppose you haven't trained enough, huh? Interesting conversation we're having here. Once you train enough, I'm sure you'll find you'll be able to fly freely without needing a wind glider. You seem like a really good teacher, Paimon. Can I hire you to teach me too? Hey, Wonder, how much more will I hire Paimon? Honestly, a good meal and Paimon's yours. Wow, you got a wild imagination, huh? We don't have that sort of relationship yet. We're best buds. Huh? But isn't just how Cherzad hired my father and me and Noctigal too? Surely I can also hire you as long as I have the more to spend. Paimon is my companion. That's right, Paimon won't leave one aside. And I think like maybe if you come up from that lifestyle where like everyone's hiring you to do things, like every task you do in your life is like becomes someone hired you, I can imagine that it would become like that, right? That you would eventually like see all of life like that. Oh, that's a shame then. By the way, have you seen Cherzad and my father? We have, but you explain the situation with others to the others to Jeht.
I see. As I said before, Nachtigall must have been having a tough time. What with the bad fall he took, plus the heat stroke. As for my father, well, he's got a nasty temper. Don't take it personally. As for Tearzard, he's basically been throwing a tantrum since the thing stopped going smoothly. That said, grouchy kids don't usually get that drunk.
Yeah, but I wonder if like he's in a state where like he feels like it's the only way he's gonna like get through this.
You're not wrong, Paimon. Sometimes father will have a few glasses as well, but I've never seen him get that drunk before.
Jeht is like a very like the aura of someone who is like very like tough and probably is very tough, but like has a very friendly, like approachable energy, I feel like.
How about this? We can go back together and I explain everything to my father. You guys don't want to stay here too long, do you?
Really, yeah. Like, I feel like she's incredibly approachable. The conversation we had there with Jeht, I started off, you know, because when you meet characters like that, you know, you're expecting kind of maybe more of a prickly sense, and which is probably why, like, I had a more of a standoffish voice doing that for her, but then you realize we read the dialogue, you're like, oh no, like, Jeht is just like, is not trying to be standoffish, not trying to be weird, you know?
Father, I'm back. Oh, is Nachtigall doing better? Right, Paimon Wander told me all about what happened. How can you just ignore people, Father? Really, when that temper of yours is ever going to change?
Scolding her dad. It's a good daughter. When you mean it, right? When the scolding is needed.
That means we both completed Boniface's mission, right? After all, he only asked us to confirm the safety of the archaeology team, as well as the Sumpter beasts.
Boniface?
What happened?
Boniface and Nachtigall are colluding to blackmail me. That despicable monster came all the way to Subaru to restore me, I swear.
Is he still drunk? Mr. Tearzard, what was the price not already agreed upon after our discussion? You even confirmed it yourself. So why are you telling a different story now?
I usually have my handfuls with research matters, and I've never dealt with business people such as you before. How was I supposed to know the rules of pricing? If Jeht hadn't told me you highballed me, I'd still be foolish enough to think that I scored a great deal.
Well, I'm really sorry, Nachtigall. Father told me after the fact that I shouldn't have shared that with Tearzard. Oof, Paimon's getting the feeling that Jeht managed to offend 3 people by saying that.
You know what, Jeht? You made a mistake, apparently. We can deal with it. There's been way worse mistakes in Genshin, and we'll make many more mistakes in life, too.
That's it.
I'm laying all of you off. There's a limit to how much bullying I'll take.
That's not fair. Tearzard, Nachtigall, and Boniface are in the wrong here, but Father and I didn't do anything wrong. Besides, didn't we only get stuck in place because you insisted on coming here? Then you started throwing tantrums after that fall and drank even though you clearly can't hold your liquor. You might have the body of an adult, but you're acting like a little baby.
The little laugh afterwards as well, by the way, the proud, like, I got you. I like it. You!
That's enough. Tearzard looks like he might be faint from rage. Now isn't the time to fight. What we should be doing is putting our heads together so we can get ourselves out of this mess.
Oh, someone's talking sense. So you're that crook Boniface commissioned you to come look for me. And you're famous adventurers, you say? Well, I'd like to hire you to get me out of this Archon-forsaken place. At this rate, forget my research. Even my very life will be cut short. Since you're famous adventurers, sure, you're more reliable than they are. Well, don't talk bad about, like, people that, like, probably could, like, you know, help out too, right in front of you.
Is this the double payment Boniface mentioned? What should we do, Wonder? Now's not the time for bickering. Let's focus on getting out of here first. I agree. You're right. Finding a way out together is the most important right now. Any other complaints can be addressed once we're somewhere safe. That's right. See your Tearzard? If you think as sensibly as Paimon, we wouldn't have gotten ourselves stuck in this situation.
Jeht is so fun.
Jeht?
See, look, Jeht loves Paimon. Do you want to be third person in our group?
I just explored a little bit ahead and found what looks to be ruins. Maybe there's an exit leading to the surface in there? Desert ruins don't constitute a safe place, and I'm not going anywhere with such an unreliable person. Oh, desert ruins don't constitute a safe place. I'm not going anywhere with such an unreliable person. Okay, stay. But you're a researcher, aren't you? You should be thrilled to have ruins to investigate.
I'm an indoor zoology researcher. I should be working indoors and poring over documents, unlike some adventurers who go stark raving bananas when they see a pile of old runes. Oh, you.
Don't waste your breath on him, Jeht. Just let him stay here if he wants to.
But father...
He's our employer, so he's the right to decide what he does and doesn't want to do. We just have to do our job.
There he goes. We'll come back after father and I find a safe path. If he doesn't want to come with us, then he can just wait here. Honestly, like, well, look at that walk. We can't just wait here. Yeah, and there goes Jeht. What should we do? Yeah, we'll follow them. Right, let's find a way out here. Are you going to ditch me? The payment for the commission is negotiable, so you don't leave me here with this crook for a Mondstadt. I've kept quiet up until now, but one of has and I are not crooks. What shady businessman would offer such comprehensive after sales care? Think about it, Mr. Jerzard. We could simply have received our payment and left it at that, but instead we let ourselves end up in the same boat as you. I guess that makes sense, but I'm not saying here either way. I feel more comfortable in the company of experienced adventurers. But you're still rip-roaring drunk. Rip-roaring is a great word. Why don't you stay here and sleep it off first? I'm not drunk. I'm fine. I'm coming with you. Don't leave me behind. Then we should get going. We should be able to catch up with Jeht and the others. I'll wait here for now. I doubt the road to hell will be suitable for the Sumpterbeast. Good luck. Jeht and the others must have gone in that direction. Let's hurry that way. Yeah, this is like super fun. Like the dialogue is super it's fun to read, and like it's like the conversations like make sense and are super fun as well. And I say fun not because like, again, this isn't fun being trapped in here, but I mean fun in terms of like how do I say it right? It's like it's fun in a sense that like you can get all the characters' personalities like right away, right? Obviously the situation isn't fun, but like I have a feeling that this quest is going to be very good. Man, look at this door. Like, the architecture in this game is incredible. We're here. Tirza decided to come exploring with us. What now? You mean the researcher actually changed his mind?
He knows the pros and cons. So naturally he came along.
That's the thing. We know that in Genshin you can just be camping out and just having a nice old time, and then monsters will show up out of nowhere. You know what I mean? They will, because like they're on routes, they're hunting, they're doing all this stuff. It would make sense. Alright, well, you get the chance to show off your skills soon enough. How should we enter the interior of the ruins? This is a researcher's specialty, right? This should be a piece of cake for you, right, Tearzard? Of course, I might be an indoor zoology researcher, but something as basic as this can't be too different from what's written in the books. Watch this. Back of the hair looks really awesome too. There's a switch. This is... there. That should do it. Did I have my sound effects turned down low? Oh, the door already opened. No, it's just very quiet. It's just very quiet. That's Mr. Tearzard for you. Ha! That's what sets this professional apart from amateurs. Paimon, wonder what's it like inside. Let's go and take a look. Paimon wonders. There's even like a waypoint marker as well here. Let's check it out, that's what I say. Holy hell. Like the amber and stuff here? Man. Look at this. Paimon didn't never expect to find a place like this under the sand. I had no idea this space as big as this inside here. It looks really well preserved too. Hey Tirza, your research specializes in sort of thing, right? Could you tell us more? Well, I can't really say. Why is that? Rigor to the key active research we already got there. I wouldn't want to jump to any conclusions. Well, that sounds like a very researchingly thing to say. I'm a legitimate researcher. I'll have you know that I research premonitions by the academia. Oh my god, it's so freaky down there, all the little scorpions. I'm going up here. What a location. Very cool location. Very, very cool. Trying to get a good gander at everything. Gonna get a gander on everything. Nice shoes there. Nice shoes, guys.
Swan Fury.
How cool is that, the way we activate it just by going up in the air? Is that a Sealy? Oh. Oh my, wait, we're playing, oh my god, no way, awesome! I was like, oh, we have to fight some like Eremites as well. Oh yeah, they're actually like doing very well. Usually like electricity is like really good for fighting these guys, but obviously like, so maybe like, I actually think that maybe it might be a good idea to switch to a team with Fischl on it.
You even want this?
Yeah. I'm good with switching to a team that has Fischl on it. Because we miss Fischl anyway. So what would be also cute? Eula's E-support should have Fischl on it. It does, yeah. Sayu's Sleep we could put on? Yeah, Sayu. I'm good with that. Yeah. And we get to see Fischl again. Fischl! Probably like, I'd say like that, Fischl Rosaria are definitely like top 3 designs for me. We should do like a video on like designs. Yeah. Soon enough, I am planning to do anime reactions. If people are interested in that stuff. Obviously won't be on this channel because like we don't want to crowd things. But like it's just for a while, like it's just like I have a love for anime and I was like, okay, wouldn't it be fun to like also share that with people as well? So I love the way, speaking of which, Father used to live in the desert, but he left it. So it's actually the first time going deep into the desert. I thought it would just be boring sand everywhere. Oh my god, the colors, the lighting. I didn't expect he's so full of surprises. Actually, this is my first time deep in the desert as well. No wonder you struggle so much in this trip. Look, as everyone here is a desert rookie. Hey, Father, tell us about your life in the desert. Think of it as passing on your experience.
That's all in the past. There's nothing to worth talking about now.
But that's what you always say. It's not like you have some big secret to hide or something. Oh my god. You have this thing. Look at this. Interesting. How did they... I'm sure I've seen these before. How did they work again, or should we just follow the Sealy? It's like you activate it with something, right? To deactivate them? I forget how. I was mainly talking about Wonder, actually. Since you can fly Paimon, you can just avoid him. So you are Wanda's flight teacher. No, Paimon's not.
Ooh, what's in here? Maybe a growth serum?
Oh yeah, a growth serum. No, you don't need a growth serum.
Odd reveal vice.
This is just like legitimately like especially seeing Sayu all purple. It's just like it's hard to describe how like fun like it truly is, you know? Like she's just such a fun character, like all the time.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. Is that a book? What the hell? You don't have enough clearance. Okay, so it's like a pad of some sort. There's a... Oh, we can activate this. Located on another level, so we have to go down below. So we do have to go down below in this. The murals up on the wall as well. Okay, let's go. I thought it was gonna fall from under. So it looks like it's an elevator. Yeah. Yeah. So we have to activate this thing when it gets close to this thing. Thank God. Fishy, you shouldn't be walking through the sand in these boots. I'm so sorry. Imagine us making the princessin walk through the sand in these boots. It's not right. Actually, like, very, very, like, you know, insulting. I actually think that, like, we should, you know, we should apologize officially. Yeah, there we go.
Let's light it up! Adventure time!
Also, something I didn't notice, I just looked at it there as we were, like, actually, like, looking at the boots. Am I right in saying that, like, look at this, watch. This shit has, like, socks in the boots, which is actually, like, a really nice touch. I don't know what it is, like, it's, like, very, like, you know, it's, like, I think it adds to the character even in a way, right? It's, like, yeah, she's, you know, she's, her whole personality is, like, adopting this, like, very fancy princessin who speaks in, like, very big words. But at her heart, like, you know, she's wearing these heels, but, like, man, she still needs to wear those fluffy socks. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not sacrificing this comfort, you know? It's like the aspect that's still a part of her past life, almost. It's really cool. Again, I always like the idea of, like, following the Sealies here, but now that we know that there is a deeper, like, connection to the desert for the Sealies, it kind of, like, you know, it's kind of like a big deal now, right? It's like following the Sealies is much, much different than it was before. Especially when you're following Sealies in the desert. Following the Sealies in a place like this in the desert, by the way, is huge for me. Yeah, I have the Favonius Greatsword on Sayu. I think maybe one thing I would want to do for Sayu is maybe do more recharge, maybe? Yeah, maybe. So it's one of these things again. Take that for Ito. We don't have enough clearance still. Yeah, I wonder what that is. See, he's like, oh, I thought you were doing something else. Thought you were just doing exploring. Stop! I can't go on, let's rest a while. There's something wrong with here, so let's go ask him. Let's go ask him. Okay, let's go ask him. Is he around the place?
What's in here? Maybe a growth serum?
Or maybe he's like, oh, closer up ahead. Maybe they all stopped up ahead. Yeah, okay. We've been walking around for a while without making any progress, so why don't we take a little rest? Are you kidding? It's been hardly any time at all, and you're already thinking of resting? I said it before, didn't I? I'm an indoors zoology researcher. I should never come out in the middle of nowhere like this. Wait a minute, Paimon's confused. Wasn't the archaeological mission your idea? Jeht, Jawaral, and Noctigal only came here because you hired them, right? That's correct. So your idea, then why have you been dragging your feet this whole time? If you didn't know the truth, Paimon would think that Jawaral must have kidnapped you to some legendary treasure in the ruins or something. You're funny, Paimon. My father may be a grump, but he never do something like that. I love the playful personality of Jeht. She'd fit in so well with us. Don't get mad at Paimon. Paimon's only telling, like it is. Yes, don't bully Paimon! I'm sorry, my father isn't the bad guy, believe me. I love Wander sticking up for Paimon. Then why is Tyr so unmotivated? It's because I don't care for this topic at all. If it wasn't for this accursed stone slate. I was told to be original in my research and to find material that no one's never worked on before. What's the value of media research if everyone's just following the herd or reproducing each other's work, so I've been told. What am I compared to such a long-standing academic tradition? And all my seniors in research, I'm no academic genius. And what I can think of, others can't. So what can I think of that others can't? So it's trying to like be different and stand out. There's no academic gaps like these days that I can identify and fill. Paimon doesn't really get the academics stuff either, but since it's your job, you should take it seriously. Paimon's like, hey, get to work. Hey, listen up, buddy. Quit slacking. No, like, I get what he's saying is that, like, he took this because he doesn't like it, but it's like this thing where like it's like everyone's researched almost everything already, so it's hard to find your own foothold in the researching world. I give my all. Why else would I spend so much more to come to this godforsaken place? It's funny, but this scarlet sand slate was actually the research project of a relative of mine. She was a young researcher with limitless promise. One day, she left the family behind and eloped with some wild boy from who knows where. I heard that she fled the desert. Back in those days, unfortunately, I was a kid then and only saw her a few times. I can't even remember what she looked like. All the more reason to buck up. Since you're researching the same thing, there's a chance for a reunion, isn't there? Fate is an unpredictable thing, after all. If we really did meet again and even really recognize each other, how could I even face her? The way I am now, I'm no different from a stray dog living off the scraps thrown away by others. Dude, you can't. I think you can't think of think of it like that. You think of it as picking up the mantle. You know what I mean? Picking up the research, picking up the slack. You know, that was left behind. Since I'm capable of constructing any new theories, all I could do is take my chances in the field and see if I could dig up any new materials based to make my paper on. Though when it comes to King Jeht, the academic community has long concluded that he was just another self-destructive tyrant. We have a history with King Jeht that probably is more expansive than a lot of people that even live in the desert at this stage because of the memories we've seen, the connection with his friends, the history with his friends, like learning about like all like the history there as well. I think that's like what's so interesting is that like, you know, we do know that he was considered a tyrant by a lot of people, and we do know that from some perspectives, that's what he was. He was an awful person. From like if you talk to a Pep's gonna be like, don't talk to me about King Jeht. You know what I mean? And rightfully so. I think from a Pep's perspective. So I think it's gonna be really interesting to go on with this mission. Learning more while also like adding to the stuff we've already learned. Speaking of which, she must have left the stone slate behind when she came back then, because even she knew this lousy thing had no research value. And yet I look to be a treasure. The silly stone slate. I must have been out of my mind to think I'd really be able to stumble upon something. Still, Paimon doesn't think you should lose heart. Because well, we often make surprising discoveries while we're exploring the ruins like these, right, Wonder? There will at least be treasure chests for sure. Exactly. Yeah. Although those might not be much to tears at, it'd be a lot to us. Yeah, I do get where he's coming from, like, when it comes to, like, the idea of, like, feeling unfulfilled and feel like you have to make your own way in life. But I feel like at the same time, it's like, you know, he's saying I'm picking up the scraps. To me, it's like the equivalent almost of, like, a detective, like, picking up a cold case from a detective from 40 years ago. It's like, it's still, like, your thing. It's still, like, something you can do, and it's still very fulfilling in a lot of way for a lot of people, you know what I mean? Not that I know how detectives work or whatever, you know? Stop talking like a child. The Academia might control the path to the academic publication, but they don't have a monopoly on knowledge itself. If this is all you know about King Jeht, then you should have abandoned Academia from the beginning, because it's clear you won't get any results. Father, you're just a paid mercenary. What right do you have to comment on my ideas? Well, dude, like, this is someone who is clearly, like, knows the desert better than you. So far, you seem to have very little way of professional credentials as a researcher. That much you've admitted all yourself. Yep, 100%. You... Tears, I get so worked up into blood rushes head and cause him to faint. Oh, wow. So this is something that bothers him. This is something that upsets him. Like, it's almost like a very, like, it instantly upsets him. Will he be okay? We should keep a closer eye on him like this. And not let him drink anymore. He must not be completely sobered up yet. And my father made him so mad that the blood rushed to his head. Okay, there's that too. That's weird, though. Why do you get so mad at him? We can't stop just because he keeps dragging his feet. But we can't leave him here either. I'll stay behind and keep him safe. Meanwhile, you and Jeht keep looking for an exit. What should we do now, I wonder? Time's a-wasting. You're right, let's keep exploring then. He cheers out to my father. You'll have nothing to worry about. I'll come with you guys. Jeht, fantastic. This should be the trio all the time. Honestly, like, we're such a good trio. We got the Sealy there. So, like, again, like, it's obviously, like, yeah, it's like, I understand what Tearside's coming from with their emotions and how they feel about this stuff. And then, like, from Jabral's perspective, it's like, hey, dude, like, you know, you're coming in here and you're saying you don't have any credentials, and then, like, still you're gonna, like, boss us around in this way. Like I can totally get, especially like if you're on a job that someone's dragging their feet constantly. I can totally get it. Let's move on. Enough dawdling. Okay, Jesus. Protective circle.
Can't touch me.
Actually, looks very cool. Is this it? We're going up. Obviously, the father as well, Jabral, has a lot of respect for Jeht in terms of her like combat abilities because he's like, yeah, go on ahead. I trust you. Or as he said, no time for dawdling. Enough dawdling. Something seems off with the place up there. Careful now. There's like little triangle bobs around here. You can see, look, all the triangle bobs. Music is incredible always, isn't it? I have a feeling those triangle bobs are going to try and fight us. My eel now. It's mine. How familiar. Wait. Beep? Whoa, it's moving. It's like talking. Like in its own language, I suppose. Looks like the one we just knocked down. Still, it doesn't look like it's going to attack us. Yeah, it doesn't. On second thought, it can float in the air just like Paimon. Does that make him distant relatives? No. Paimon would sooner be related to a pigeon. Beep, beep. This is the way she said, Paimon! Like a pigeon. Things make a weird noise again. Where's that sound come from anyway? And is it really not going to turn on us out of the blue? Don't let your guard down. I think it's, yeah, Paimon very, very smart to not let your guard down. Can you try talking to Paimon? You look like you two are about the same size. You'll be able to talk to each other, right? I think Jet's coming this not from like an insulting perspective. I think Jeht is genuinely trying to like help. How's Paimon supposed to talk to it? Oh, you're messing with Paimon on purpose, aren't you? Oh no, they are. They're actually messing. Okay. I think that's why like maybe Jeht might fit in with us, the three of us. I think Jeht should hang out with us more. It looks like some sort of device. Should we pick it up and try using it? You scared Paimon. He doesn't seem to want to do that. Can you understand it, Jeht? I can't understand the meaning of it, but I can get a feeling. The feeling? What a weird thing. Oh, it's a lot like you, Paimon. You both look really cute. Jeht is a playful troll. Paimon told you, Roth, like, so I think definitely like maybe not troll, but like very like playful person. I think troll is like, you know, negative connotations. Don't mean to have a negative connotation on that. Just a very playful person. You're round and cute, Paimon, and seem a little pokey. I guess the hat or the crown, but it's still very cute. Paimon totally doesn't get your standards for cute. I think Paimon's cute too. Now's not the time for this wander. You know, like Paimon's very frustrated when even when we give her a compliment, she's like, I'm not dealing with this right now. The way I see it, Paimon doesn't get it, but Wander does. I don't know why it's here or what it's used for. Maybe it's yours. I will understand if we get back to him to take a look at it. What should we call you anyhow? Beep boop? Paimon floats, but you're lower off the ground, so I'll call you Ben. Ben's a nice name. You like the name too? That's great. How did he even communicate? Jeht's amazing. She is amazing. In a weird sort of way, yes, 100%, and that's 100% fine. Ben, it must be boring hanging around here by yourself. Why don't you come with us? Needless to say, Wander is pretty great too. Thank you. As for Paimon, she acts a little superior, but she's a good kid who thinks about her companions. You definitely come to like her in time. You've known her 30 minutes and already you're like, oh, Paimon's like, you'll get to know her. Paimon doesn't act stupid or anything. Oh, Paimon. Anyway, Paimon's not gonna fly lower for anyone. Otherwise, Paimon will breathe in a whole load of sand. I love that, like, when Paimon does a comeback, she takes it so literally. Like, someone will, like, call her, like, an egg. And she'll be like, I don't hatch any day. You know? I always love that about Paimon. Someone will say, like, you know, like, something like, you know, Paimon's a sandwich. She's like, I'm not buttered. I love her. I absolutely adore her. Come look for my father. Like if Gordon Ramsay called her an Indian sandwich, she'd be like, she instead of saying I'm not an idiot, Paimon would go, I literally do not have any bread on me. Come look for my father with us. He may look mean, but actually, well, he is kind of mean. That's just how he is with outsiders. He's nice once you get to know him. Jeht is, yes, very strange. I even know Tirzad's a useless researcher. He's not actually a bad guy, right? And you might even be able to save his research, Ben. Well, want to come with us, Ben Ben? That's great. It's a yes. Really? Are you guys really talking to each other? Don't worry, Paimon. Ben Ben and I already joined at the hip, right, Ben Ben? Okay, like that's great. Let's go back to where my father is. Maybe Tearzad has already woken up. Friday doesn't open his eyes. He only sees Jabral and gets so mad he passes out again. You never know. Paimon and Jeht, like, as this, like, double comedy act would be actually very hilarious. As always, like, you know I always will, like, back up for Paimon at any time, any day. But the thing is with Jeht is that, like, Jeht is genuinely, like, I feel like not trying to upset anyone. I think they're just, like, have no filter between their head and their mouth. And, like, what they're saying is, like, super nice, but to them in their mind, it's like, this is a super nice thing to say. But they're just not, like, good at communicating that. And I think, like, it makes for a very funny character who's just trying to say something super, super nice about someone, but ends up saying, like, something that's very, very silly. And is also, like, by the way, intentionally trying to also make jokes as well, which makes me seem like, which I think is actually a very good contrast to her father, who is someone who, like, is very serious, takes things very seriously, and Jeht is, like, you know, always joking around, and even, like, they're, like, playing pranks on, oh, they're up again. Playing pranks on us and Paimon as well. But yeah, like I always said, Paimon's the best. You know, she is the best. But I don't think Jeht is trying to be mean to Paimon at all. I don't get that energy, you know? You guys probably feel the same too. How you feeling? Oh, they were talking. Father, I brought a new friend back. Look, the way Jeht walks as well is so adorable. Look, this friend we just met, his name is Ben Ben. And also, I think I would say that, like, Jeht is the type of person that you meet in your life that is, like, you know, you introduce them to a new friend, and, like, after, like, they go to the bathroom then, and, like, the friend goes to you, it's like, are they always like this? You know what I mean? Are they always like this? And you're like, oh, like what? They're like so crazy, like, and eccentric and stuff, and, like, all this, and you're like, yeah, I guess, you know, because you're just so used to it at this point. Oh, Tearzad's awake. Looks like things are going well with Father. I don't know how you came to that ridiculous conclusion, but let's not discuss that for now. What I'm more concerned about is what is that thing? Well, we came to see if you knew what it was. Didn't I just introduce you? This is our new friend, Ben Ben. Ben's a great name. Doesn't seem like something that could be classified as a friend, could it? Doesn't seem like it looks a little of the same thing that attacked us. Yeah, that's what we got too, but I think it's like looks like a core of that almost. It's like, that's my friend, buddy. You don't have a lot of friends. It's just a pause of just like, you don't have a lot of friends, do you? No, I don't. Wait, what does that have to do with this? You're way too uptight. You just need an open mind, and you'll be swimming in friends in no time. Isn't that right, Ben Ben? Ben Ben's like, yeah, sure. I can't get over how cool Jeht looks as well. You're too lax. Honestly, she is very lax, but it's worked out for us so far. So you don't know what Ben Ben is either, huh? Paimon loves this though. He must. And by the way, when we said like Paimon's like very superior, I think that like Paimon, like the way I always look at Paimon, like that, it may seem like that to other people, but like Paimon loves the notoriety and Paimon loves the rewards and Paimon loves people like praising her, you know. And I think that is because like so many people also like put her down sometimes. So like it is like this feeling of like when someone does praise her, she like is the happiest person in the world. Must be to the guards here. I don't know exactly how to operate it though. But this unique model doesn't attack outsiders and can't even communicate to a certain extent. I don't remember reading anything about this. Tearzad! What is it? Isn't that amazing news? This is the material that no one has worked on before. There you go. And look, Jeht found it as well. I can't get over how good Jeht's design is. It's so cool. Wait a minute, could it be? No, it's too early to celebrate just yet. Maybe I was just too narrow-minded and just happened to not see the relevant prior research on it. Maybe someone's already published 10 treatises and thoroughly studied Ben Ben's genealogy. Why does this guy always jump to the worst conclusions? It's literally the opposite, like the two opposite people here, where Jeht looks at like the positive side of life, which, you know, you could argue it sometimes could like put people into like danger, especially if you're like making friends with random people. But from the opposite side with Tearzad, it's like this thing where like he, you know, always like jumps to the worst idea before all the best ones, you know? Wait a minute, something doesn't seem right about it. What is it? What is it, Benben? Are you... Oh, Benben seems to be reacting to Tearzad's stone slate. Tearzad, pick up the stone slate and walk towards Benben. Wait, what? I heard you. Don't tell me what to do. See, again, he's very self-conscious about himself. Because, like, again, this is just a very, like... It's barely in order. It's just, like, the next logical step in this whole situation. Whoa. Jesus Christ. Benben, you're amazing, Benben. Yeah, Benben's amazing. Hyman doesn't completely understand what it's saying, but it seems happy. A small portion of the slate lit up. What does it mean? Do you have any idea, Tearzad? It's hard to say. Only a portion was lit up. Besides, I've told you all before. Rigor is key to academic research. You don't want to jump to conclusions, right? See, Jeht listens as well. Jeht's a listener. Oh, yes, that's true. See? Jeht was listening. Jeht was listening. Where Jeht stands for life, by the way. Sorry. So, like, we're going to be hyping her up. Looks like we'll have to find a way to light up the rest of the stone slate. Right, Benben? Lovely. Hold on, I have a serious quest to make if you wonder. It's nothing to do with Jabral or Jeht, so I can't ask you to give us some space. Whatever you say to us, you say to Jeht and Jabral. You gonna reveal some kind of secret? Come on, I want to hear it too. We'll tell you afterwards. Jeht. Mind your own business. Okay. Well, Father, we're all companions here. Doesn't make it our business? Fine, I'll give you all the space you want. Let's go, Benben. It seems that Jabral's like kind of like maybe trying to teach her like the idea of like what you do when you are paid by these people to do these missions. It's like you're not there to like always like have like a personal connection, even though like it's great that we found this personal connection. But Jabral's kind of like, hey, look, if he wants us to go over there, he paid us, so we will go over there. What is it, Tearzad? What's the matter? Why are you getting so serious all of a sudden? Can you help me take care of the stone slate? Isn't it really important? It isn't. That's why I want you to take care of it. And to be honest, seeing it light up like that makes me uneasy. I don't trust myself if something were to happen. Besides, that weird thing also seemed to have some sort of response to it. That weird thing you mean, Benben? Wouldn't it be better to give the stone slate to Jeht to look after? No, absolutely not. How do I put this? Alright, I don't trust Jabral. I feel like he has an ulterior motive, and since Jeht is his daughter, they're obviously going to be in the same camp. Jabral might be a man of few words, but Paimon thinks he's very reliable. Could you be overthinking this, Tearzad? Just said it before, he's from the desert. Can you really trust the desert people? Yes. I sooner believe what Bonifaz didn't defraud me. Honestly, like, I understand that there's one... there's some desert people that are not trustworthy. We know this from our own journeys through the desert. But I think that, like, what we could say is, like, that, like, the desert people are very dedicated. They're very, like, once they actually see something that is, like, when they saw the evidence of what happened with King Dezhra and all this stuff, they, a lot of them changed their mind on their perspective on a lot of things. So I really feel it's a situation where it's like, you can't judge people just by, like, the stories you've heard. What do you think, Wonder? My backpack's pretty big. Yeah, we'll mind it, but, like, I think we can definitely trust, Jeht and Jabral. Now, to an extent, like, if Jabral ends up betraying us, like, it's like I don't think we can kick ourselves for it, because he's been pretty straightforward. It can fit carrots and cabbages. So one more little slate shouldn't be a problem, right? Especially with cabbages. Thank you. You're the ones that can rely on the vast sea of sand. You're on thin ice with that clapping, buddy. You're on thin ice. Yeah, interesting. It's an interesting character dynamic here between all of us here. We'll take care of you for the time being. You're a huge help. Yeah, I think it's a super interesting character dynamic. So, the activated Scarlet Sand Slate possesses a special clearance that will allow you to control various devices within the ruins of King Dezhra left behind. As you adventure further, the Scarlet Sand Slate will progressively display key locations throughout the ruins. Follow the slate's guidance and use special clearance to unlock these devices. And you may yet reach places that none have ever before. I think it's, I really love the dynamic between all the characters here, right? I really love it, and I really feel like it's a really perfect dynamic. And I'm just obsessed with Jeht. I think he's such a cool design, such a fun character. Hey, done whispering to each other yet? Yeah, we were just talking about me minding the slate and how they don't trust you.
Tears is ready to set off now, so we should find an exit as soon as possible.
I don't just speak for me. That said, I'm ready to set off whenever. Great. It's been a productive day, and I got a feeling we'll find a way out in no time. Benben and I will go on ahead. Everyone else can follow us. Jeht and Benben have sure hit it off. That's good, right? I mean, I just think that Jeht is like a person who like is very open and so like probably easier to like make friends in a lot of ways. It's one of those situations where like, you know, someone who is that open and that like excitable all the time, I think it's up here, right? It can be a turn off for a lot of people. It could be someone like in some cases, like people like, I don't want to like talk to a person like this. But I think like, for me, I always love very excitable people. I always love a good eccentric person as well. I love someone with a lot of confidence. I always rather someone have like a lot of confidence than have like a lack of confidence, you know? Obviously, like if you're using it to like insult other people, that's different, but you know. It's not even confidence. I think it's just like a, well, you can see confidence in the world around them, maybe like, or maybe like a surety is probably like a surety in themselves is probably a good thing too. But I do like Jeht a lot. So now we have clearance. Oh, and it's another Sealy. Again, the Sealies in here hit different. You know? I hit different, do I? Still talk the same, but yeah, I hit different. So, what do you think about the law of Genshin Impact? It's pretty crazy. I'm actually very interested in seeing what's going to happen with you guys, actually. I could tell you off right now. No spoilers. Tell you every bit of it. Please don't. Oh my god, look at the lighting here. We were doing a bit of a comedy act there and you ruined it. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. Like, the lighting here is so freaking cool. It's so pretty. Especially with the sand coming down from above. It's kind of scary because, like, wouldn't this place eventually fill up, or is there a place that the sand is falling through the bottom as well? Or maybe the sand is so fine that it will take years. So we have this thing again. Yeah, I forget how to like deactivate this. Was it like fire or something? I forget. I completely forget.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, I love Sayu's move. And like we should raise up, her talents are raised up as well. So that's Sayu's attributes. You guys can say, again, there needs to be a change because I think some of Sayu's artifacts are like defense artifacts, which is not good. But I just put them on there for like the plus sign, but like we're gonna have to change something like that eventually. Like Sayu's already doing really fantastic with like this, but like I imagine like with more like elemental mastery maybe, is that what I'm looking for? Sayu could be even better. Look at that, Sayu. You deserve a reward for that one. Oh my god. Like, look, even like the way they do the stonework on this as well. There's like a way to get down below. Is there enemies down here? Because then we know if we can go down here or not. I love how it's warped over time as well. Really cool stuff. What is this?
I'm out of here.
Exploration knowledge. Mysterious replicator keystones. Forged in primal lights are mysterious energy aggregates found in King Dedro's ruins. Get close to them, pick them up, and take them with you? Replicator keystones are a special type of platform. If you get close to them while carrying a forged primal light, you can create a rune device to aid you on your adventures. Devices made this way do not require any special clearance. Mysterious replicator keystones. The keystone can be used to create the following rune device: Everlight cells, Neverlight cells, Obscuring cells, Verity cells, Primal sconces, and Primal sandglasses. Used forged primal light and replicator keystones to get further into the runes. That's pretty cool. We might as well get all this stuff as well.
Make my escape.
So, rotate set. Oh! And that activates the door? Interesting, okay. Oh, one of these guys. Oh, look at this! This is such an because again, like, I feel like it's such a, like, the last world quest we did is such a different...
Sense of respect. Have fun with this gift.
And the Ord energy or maybe vibe is a perfect word for this.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
But it does feel like that because what we had here in the last one we did, the last world quest we did was all grass and forest and stuff like this, which is really beautiful. And now we're here in the sand and the desert and kind of like the stone structures of this thing as well. It's a really interesting contrast.
Mission accomplished. Can I go back and sleep now?
Wait, can we get this? No. Can we get this one too? Or can we? Yeah, it seems we can only carry one at a time, maybe. And then activate this one over here as well, maybe. Because I think we probably have to like. Oh no, it just reappears. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah, because we have to activate this over here. Yep. Yep. Interesting stuff. Look at the lighting, man. The lighting is so incredible in this game. These triangle bobs just hanging out. I thought we were getting attacked again, but it's so cool having Jeht and Jabral like fighting alongside us.
Repeats its course. Can't catch me.
Yeah, I know you have to use electricity now, right? There we go, come on. Come back out.
Everybody stand back. Come on out.
Just do a little spin like this. Witcher Ball fighting alongside us, by the way, very cool.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Yeah, because Sayu could be doing so much better with better artifacts. Like her, I have no problem saying her artifacts are kind of like. And again, usually I don't mind because usually I get very good artifacts anyway. But like I think the defense stuff isn't good for her. You know what I mean? We want to put different stats on her. And I just had it on there just to get the extra animo damage, but I can feel the breeze. The exit must be close by. Keep looking. We'll find our way out of here in no time. Woohoo! We can finally leave. Although it's certain to be nothing but sand for miles around here. At least be able to see the sky. That's true. Where do you guys get all the energy from? First exploring, then it's fighting, then slow down a little. You and Father are the same age, aren't you, Tirzad? How many times have we stopped to rest so far? The mind of a child and the body of an old man. Oh my god, jeez. I told you I'm indoor, and forget it, I'm the employer, so just listen to me. So we have that message here, and it's over and over again. Oh, we got out. Where Jabral is kind of like saying, hey, no, we have to listen to the employer. And then like Jeht is kind of like being a little bit disobedient. And then like Jabral, and then like, then we have Tirzad who's like, no, listen to me. Please listen to me. There you are. When the door from the other side, suddenly I knew you'd found an exit. I brought Cyrus and the others over. So this is Cyrus. That's pretty brave of you. What if it wasn't a shortcut at all, but a trap? I didn't pick up that Cyrus was a freaking sumpter beast. You got a point. You mean that it didn't even occur to you? Well, everything worked out in the end. We've reunited, haven't we? That's enough. By the way, we've got a new member here. That's great. That's a free monster for you. But it's better to be cautious at times like this. But isn't it great that we don't have to double back? It's a rendezvous. Now we can find the exit together? Follow the wind and find your way out. But don't let your guard down. Okay, got it. So now we have like a sumpter beast with us by the name of Cyrus. Again, I didn't pick up on that. I thought Cyrus was going to be like a famous explorer or something. And of course you have these like beautiful things. Yeah, Sayu did really well in there. We can always appreciate how well Sayu's doing. Ninjutsu. What do you think, guys?
Can't catch me.
Is that the plan? We can feel a little breeze coming in from that end. It's got to be if you're asking me. Let's go over there. And is it funny like that's what like outside is so cute. Is it funny that like that's what we like see as like the like oh, look how good that looks. I'm not talking about the hill sure looks cool too. But like, you know what I mean? Like, you're trapped inside something for so long and you see an exit, but like, the difference is with like the ruins of King Geshu that left behind here is that, like, you know what I mean? I feel like with, you know, it's the opposite in some cases, like, right? Like when you see the light or something. Like, I feel like, you know, if you go to like Blight Town in Dark Souls, and again, you know, people sometimes get upset when you use Dark Souls as an example, but like, it's just a game I played so much of. But people get like, it's when you go to Blight Town and you eventually get out, like when you finally get out of Blight Town for the first time, you're there, like the first time in your first playthrough, it is an immaculate feeling. It feels so good, and like it's the whole point of it. Like it's you went so far down and got back out that you feel like, oh, like getting to Firelink Shrine again feels amazing. The thing is, like, you know, it's a similar people for the feeling in this game for that they have here. But I also think that like exploring these ruins is so beautiful that like, it's like, yeah, I can totally get the feeling of getting out here, but it's also at the same time, I can go for another 2 hours if you want me to. You know what I mean? But look, this does feel great, doesn't it? This does feel good. You can feel it. Open sky, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I can totally get that. You get it right away when you stepped out.
Ooh, what's in here?
A temporary
Maybe a
camp?
growth serum?
Well, hold on a second. We're like right here. Oh. Whereabouts are we going here? There's no quest marker, so I guess we just keep going ahead, or they want us to set up a temporary camp somewhere. Take a few of these. Farazan says thank you. I'm so close to sending Farazan to level 80, by the way. What's the next thing they want you to do with this? Oh, there is. But fair enough. Okay. Oh. It's the Eremites. It's the Eremites. Hey guys, how you doing? Hey guys, what you think of this? What you think of that? That is a hanging fruit. Well, okay, I'm gonna draw something else. What you think of this? There's an eye.
Can't touch me.
That's not an eye. Okay, that actually is a fisherman's boat rope. Do not hire me for parties. This is a pretty place, isn't it? Again, they do a good job with this as well, by the way, having like the very, like the desert and like having it feel very like close and humid sometimes, and then you find this water and like it's such a nice contrast as well. I never thought it'd be such a place in the desert. A gem on golden satin. It's quite safe around here, right? I can finally relax. Can Benman get wet? Shouldn't be a problem, right? Actually, let's just keep it way away from the water. Beep. While Tirzad is resting, the rest set up a campsite. Really cool stuff. How you doing, Jeht? Farsi maybe a little. Maybe we should call his past life in the desert. If only he'd tell us some stories of his past at night. True. If only. Omid. Beautiful name. We finally got a chance to put up our feet. I should really plan ahead for my next job now. Actually, a very beautiful name. Omid, isn't it? It's a very beautiful name. Tirzad? So I guess we're going up here to talk to... Okay, talk to Jabral. I wonder if people could be written from Ben and Jeht's interactions, but which field would it belong to? Interesting. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I'm not an academia research for sure, so you'd have to figure it out yourself, Tirzad. But it is very interesting, right? So we can actually go up and get this now, I think. Like, it'd be smart to get this now. Okay, it's gonna be difficult to step up here. Man, look at that, even like shining over the cliff as well. They do such a good job with that. Sayo's little climb as well. Yeah, so far, like the Golden Slumber mission, I think like what we're having here is like, it's a very like, how do I say it? It's a very like introductory part of the mission. Like we clearly haven't dented the mission yet. And you know me, I always talk too much sometimes. Maybe not enough sometimes. But like, it's very an introductory part. Like what we're understanding here before we get into any like deeper aspects of what this is going to be, is that we're understanding the characters, so we can care about like the story. It's oh god. Yeah, so we can care about the actual like so we can so it's like it's actually a really good writing method where it's like, you know, you introduce the characters, we get to care about them, we get to like them. So then we're actually going and learning about like the other aspects which you care about, which is like the lore. We also have like a very good backbone, which is the characters that we've already met and like. So it's like a really good motivation to keep forward for people who maybe aren't as into lore. It's like, okay, I get to see more Jeht.
Make my escape.
Meet my ski. Look at the red light here, man. Look at that in the desert. Right there. Oh, that looks like the stone tablet as well. Let's check it out. It's like a grave, maybe, is it? What is it? It isn't anything important. Whose gravestone is this? Who knows? Maybe it belongs to a nameless researcher who once tried the luck, like Jeht, but didn't roll a high like he did. King Desert's secrets rarely revealed themselves to mortals. Jeht gave you the stone slate, right? You're too smart. How did you know? Keep it safe. Oh, wow. Is it important? You can't be unaware of its value, surely. Well, its value to whom? That's actually a great question. To our employer, of course. After all, he's depending on it to write his paper. So he, again, once again, we see Brawl like cares about the actual job more than anything else, really. Let's head back. Well, you shouldn't keep Jeht and the others waiting for too long. Interesting, yeah, because he's like, again, so good at his job that of course he's going to be very observant of these things. The golden sandstorm's burning sun will exercise the darkness on your behalf, guiding you who perished here and returning your spirit to the orchard of Paradisa? So is Paradisa like their version of like heaven? The golden sandstorm and burning sun will exercise the darkness on your behalf. So like after you perish, the golden sandstorm and the sun, they see it as kind of like maybe a godlike thing, where like it will guide you to like Paradisa. Interesting. Okay. Paradisa. Great job. Look at seeing all these different runes in the distance. It's so cool. I'm really liking this so far. I'm really liking this. Meet my ski, meet my ski, meet my ski, meet my ski. Oh no, here she comes. Meet my ski, meet my ski. What would you do if she saw this coming towards you? Meet my ski, meet my ski, meet my ski. So, Wonder, I heard from Nachtigal that you beat up a storm terror and were made an honorary knight for that achievement. That's so cool the way they're talking about this. Like, nothing's forgotten in this game. Pardon me, but while you're quite skilled, are you really that powerful? I think the power I have, yes, there's a lot of power. We see in every single cutscene with Wander that like he has some incredible power when it comes to like fighting skill. But I think like one thing that's like to be sure is that a lot of our biggest moments in this game had friends alongside with us, you know? I feel that way. And of course, Wander's a hero in Mondstadt. Yeah, no, I say more than anywhere they love us in Mondstadt, for sure. You tell them about your adventures in Mondstadt. Oh yeah, for sure. Great stories. That's amazing. You're amazing. Well, books have only been my companions, and since I can remember, I never had the chance to travel far. Actually, this is my first time traveling so far from home. Right, here's as an indoor zoology researcher, eh? Ah, that sounds so lame. I guess as someone who's like always out and about, that does probably sound pretty lame. I don't want to admit it, but my life has been bland if compared to all yours. That's difficult, man, to compare your life to other people. Especially comparing people's lives at their best times, you know what I mean? It's very difficult. It's kind of like the way people look like at an Instagram photo or something, and be like, oh man, I wish I was doing that. And it's like that was probably one day in like a couple of month period where they had like a really great day out or whatever. But still, like, I understand that from that perspective. A lot of people, if they're not doing much, they do want to feel more fulfilled. Just like this desert is practically impossible for those who lack strength to find a single unoccupied oasis. If you're not happy, then why not do something else? How about being a traveling merchant like Noctigal? I can't get over how good her design is. Or do something you're good at, like me and my father. That's not bad at all, isn't it? It's not that easy. I come from a family of academics, so I've been receiving training like this since I was a child. Like how a farmer's son learns to farm or a blacksmith's son learns to strike iron. While I'm not doing great, I can't compare to the talented and established researchers of my family. But as things stand, I'm afraid I just can't do something else. I guess I drank a little too much earlier. Why am I even telling you all this? Well, just laugh if you want to. They're not going to laugh. At all. I think you're being too stubborn. There's always a choice in life. I mean, just look at Boniface and I. We weren't born as traveling merchants and no one in our family has even been to Sumeru. But we're still here at the northern winds at our back. We don't regret our choice at all. Seeing the boundless world unfold before our eyes fills us with a sense of freedom. Yeah, I think too. That's where you're taking things a little too seriously, Charizard. My take is always like, I think there's some cases like some people have a choice. There is choices, but sometimes those choices aren't as like great as other people have them sometimes. Yeah. Right, like the relative you mentioned earlier, didn't she give up her family's rules, traditions, everything else to live a life she wanted to? Exactly, that's a good example actually, yeah. Maybe she's somewhere in this very desert just like us, bathing under the milky white rays in the moonlight, and braving the dry night breeze while looking back at the great day she just had. You make exploring the desert sound like the most beautiful thing in the world, Jeht. Fully had an iota of her courage. I never knew making decisions would be this difficult because I've never given them any thought. I think I've lived the life I've waited for as long as I can remember. That's really... Making choices is never easy. Is that so? Choosing one means giving up on the rest. Well, it's like saying there are 10 days to in front of Paimon and then choosing one making an other 9 vanish? Oh no, if only there were 10 Paimons to choose one each. I wish there was 10 Paimons. We'd probably be in a way better place. Yeah, that's, it is kind of that way, isn't it? Where you have like this kind of thing where, while it can seem like there's multiple avenues all the time, one of the most difficult aspects of it is that like, it's not always going to be this thing where, it's like, oh, I'll try out, it's like, oh, if I try out hockey for the next season and I don't do football, it's like, you're going to fall behind in football. If you go back to do football then like 6 months later, everyone's going to be far ahead of you. You know what I mean? It's like the branches on a tree. While they come from the same roots, their endless division makes it so that they may not touch each other for decades or even centuries. Only when the entire tree withers and its trunk decays will those separate branches finally meet them in the soil. Speaking of which, why did you just leave the desert, Father? You rarely mentioned your past, so I see all this very different from Tearzad. I don't have family traditions, and I don't even remember my mother's face. I only have you, and you only have me. There's no large tree and no branches that tie us together. Beautiful scene here. You might have left the desert long ago, and this might be my first time seeing it for myself. But I have this feeling that we are like grains of sand here in the desert. So this is her first time seeing it for herself. So I wonder as well, is that why she has such a romantic view of the desert as well, I guess? Is that like she probably heard stories from people as well? No family, no objective. But what we are is pretty free. Jeht.
The desert holds only the past. It has no future. If what lies beneath the sand and wind can be described as the truth, then I can only say that it perhaps isn't something that will bring joy to everyone. I gave it the past a seclusion, not because it was a mistaken path, but because I found a better path.
Jeht, I hope you'll be able to take that right path. So like the idea of like give up the path of seclusion. So it's not good to be alone. And he's saying, I hope, Jeht, you'll find the brighter path, which is not being alone. Is that what we're getting at here? I don't really understand you. If the path to sand isn't what you desire, then why accept Charizard's commission? Don't tell me it's because you want to take a look at your past.
I think you can't just forget the desert and the hot winds that sweep it.
Sorry, that's what she said. I just think you can't forget the desert and the hot winds that sweep it. The strange thing is that I have no memories of the desert, but coming here makes me feel like I've returned home all the same. So to her, this feels like home. And she's saying to him, like, she thinks from her perspective, it's like, hey, you came here because you just love the desert. You can't escape it. I love the sand, just like I love Paimon and Benben. You love Paimon? You're then 100% in our good books forever. This is a place with hope. I'm sure of it. Isn't finding Benben proof of that? There'll be a new day tomorrow. The ruins ahead are still waiting to be explored. Keep your chin out, Tearzad. No matter what I say, I think you're a brave person. You've taken the first step and left the comforts of your home. Now just do as you've already done and take the second step. And the third. That's such a great way of putting it as well. And like, again, Jeht like has an appreciation for that. It's so brave to like go on a mission like this. Yes, there was a bit of like tension between everybody, but I feel like it's kind of subsiding a bit. I'm sure to get to a place where no one has been and find that special research material of yours. Even you occasionally say some nice things, eh, Jeht? Jeht is a lovely person. They just don't have a filter. Huh, I'm just speaking mine after all. I'm free as a sand, exactly. I think that's what it is. It's a very free person. I love that they talk about Mondstadt as well because I feel like Jeht would like fit in so well in Mondstadt too. But even the freest sand should take a rest at the oasis. It's getting late, so let's get some rest. It's actually, yeah, I'll be looking. I just thought like the sky got very bright out. I'll be on the lookout tonight. Yeah, very beautiful sentiment from Jeht. I'll sleep well. With you on lookout, Father. Very sweet. Yeah, like you hear Jabal softly and casually singing a peaceful tune as you fall asleep. Maybe it's an old local song. Oh, stars high above the wasteland. Before we read this, I do want to say that it's absolutely gorgeous. What Jeht said. I think it's a whole beautiful sentiment. Oh, stars above the wasteland. Oh, nightingales weary from the day. It's time to take off the crown of roses. Cleanse yourself of wine made from grapes. Sleep. Close your eyes. Yon golden slumber summons thee. Wandering sand. Drink not that bitter salt water, for the sorrows of tomorrow have gone away. It's time you take off the crown of roses. So, the crown of roses, could that be... If, like, you say... Again, I'm just speculating here. Like, first of all, a crown of roses would be painful because you have the thorns. So it's like, hey, yes, while, like, you have this crown that you believe is beautiful, or that you see as beautiful, it can also be hurting you at the same time. Cleanse yourself with the wine made from grapes. So, like, it's like... wine made from the land itself, food made from, food given back to us from the land. Sleep, close your eyes. Yon golden slumber summons the wandering sand. So are they calling us a wandering sand? So like we are one with the sand, like the Eremites. Drink not the bitter salt water. So that's just pretty simple. Don't be drinking the water that is just available to you because it's bitter. For the sorrows of tomorrow have gone away. Yep, so it's saying like the sorrows that could be coming tomorrow are gone away because like, you know, you've taken off the crown. Or maybe, and it could also be like related to the goddess of flowers. Camping out in the desert is terrible. Oh, come on, why are you being so negative again? Well, the two of you are adventurers. Let's talk about you instead. Jeht, how can a young girl like yourself endure sleeping on the sand while dressed like that? I just can't figure it out for the life of me. What's wrong with her outfit? She was like, you're such a pampered guy. Tell me, will even a beam placed under 10 mattresses disturb your sleep? So that's the Princess and the Pea story. Of course not. Anyway, why would anyone sleep on 10 mattresses? I don't know. Perhaps it might be a hobby of the wealthy for all you know. But you should have expected you to have camp outside. What else would we do anyway? Go back the way we came? Jeht is giving some hard truths here. Of course not. The material we gathered yesterday isn't enough to write anything good. Forget submitting it to the academia. Just reading at the square would get me ridiculed. Oh, look, so you still got some spirit, eh? Of course. The huge ruin is right before me. It must be the Kemu temple. As a researcher, I must go in and have a look, right? Crazy. And there it is. And there is this. Ben? Right, Ben. What a strange thing. I love he's calling it Ben too. I mean, such an extraordinary thing might even be closely linked to King Jeht's civilization. If that's true, I can't turn a blind eye to it. Of course, yeah. Going back the way we came would be worse than putting a bean under beneath my mattress. You may as well have me sleep atop 100 Ben-Bens. I'd never sleep again. 100 Ben-Bens? That really would hurt. If I'm a yes. And before I collect enough material for my paper, until I figure everything out, I shall not leave. I've paid all of you well too, so if you don't encounter danger, I'm counting on you to earn that pay. Come on, aren't we already companions on this journey? Of course I'll protect you in the face of danger. My father and I are professionals. Yeah, Wander's amazing too. You have nothing to worry about. Who knows what the future holds?
Better to be safe than sorry.
Father?
The merchants can rest in the oasis while we're away.
Gladly.
We discussed our contingency plans. We must bury some of our supplies before we leave. In the worst case scenario, the merchant may be forced to leave. This way, we'll still have some supplies to come back to even if that happens.
Is that really necessary?
Underestimate his sand, you'll pay for your life. Yeah, I'll trust him. I trust you.
It's his father. He definitely has his reasons. Well, it's always a good idea to prepare for every possibility, 100%. I suppose, like, in a way, I don't know if this came out before some other missions, but we definitely did, like, fall under the sand at one point. This should do, right? Let's set out then. Slow down, my hangover isn't? Jesus, you better hurry up or someone else might publish a paper about this before you. Don't say things like that. You ready? Let's go too. Yeah, so very interesting like song there you were singing. I could be like getting it wrong, but I wonder if it does have something to do with the goddess of flowers. I wonder if it has something to do with the idea. I know like the crown of roses does sound like it's like yeah, it looks really pretty, but like it's gonna hurt like hell. So I wonder if it does have something to do with that. That could be the case.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
So far, the Golden Slumber quest is like, again, a very character-heavy quest. And we love it. Because we love good characters. We love good stories. That's always been like, again, like, I think like, you know, if you ask me what I love most about Genshin, it is getting to know characters for sure. Always has been. Oh! We don't have enough clearance for that yet, okay. Insane. We've been in here before, by the way. Saya with an incredible jump. Meet my ski, 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 meet my ski. Wait, you only want me to go into the temple anyway? I thought it was the big boy. I guess it's this little one.
Can't touch me.
So you tell them. You freaking tell them. Another temple, by the way. I thought it'd be smooth sailing this time. We still have to figure out a way to open the door. Isn't it good news? At least it means no one is ahead of me. Even if they may have chosen the same subject, I got here first.
The Academia's researchers aren't alone in coveting King Desret's relics.
What do you mean coveting? I'm doing legitimate research approved by the Academia. Don't you dare compare me to treasure hoarders. Let's just find a way through the door. Do you remember how Ben someone made the stone slate light up? Let's have a look at it. We might discover a clue. What? Here's a stone slate doing a wonder. Well...
Paimon let it slip. Wander is an expert adventurer with more experience in the room mechanisms than Tirzad. Giving this important item will help us make the best use of it.
Yeah, that's it. That was my intention exactly. Is that how it is? Fine, you do have a point. So Wander, have you figured anything out? Nothing so far. Well, Wander does know nothing about research. It's never too late to learn. You see, despite being well read, I'm clueless about this thing as you. I suppose I must continue improving myself. If I spend 10 years working hard in the Academia, 10 years of hard work won't do anything for you as a layman. Just forget it. But you never know if you don't give it a try. Wait, Ben's acting a little strange. Ben knows a way in? Maybe Ben can open the door? It's actually opening. I didn't expect Ben to be able to do that. I think Ben's saying he's capable of more than that. I gets the feeling Ben is much more useful than the stone slate. Maybe we should ask him this instead. Will the stone slate really be of any use? Of course it will. It has to. I might lose my mind if it's of less use than Ben.
Be patient. It's too early to make any judgment yet.
Well, you're right, Jabrol. A short-sighted researcher is bound to amount to nothing. Patience is a virtue. But neither Paimon nor Wander are researchers. We'll need this patience nonetheless. Well, that is true. That's enough. It doesn't matter who did it. All that matters is the door's open, right? Now that the door's open, you're eager to go inside, aren't you, Ben? Alright, here's that archaeological team. Let's go. Beep, beep.
Let's advance with caution.
Such a cool... Again, they did such a good detail. Look at this. We should be fine if we stay close to Wander, right? Come on, let's get moving. Having an absolute blast with this. And getting to see all these different locations as well is so pretty. Proceed deeper into Kenmu Temple. Sayu was sleeping, standing up. Good on you, Sayu. So we probably need to upgrade our little device. The tablet. That's probably the case. Benman seems to know this place well. For some reason, doors seem to hold a special place in its heart. Benman has three corners, and so do doors here. So Benman's the type that's drawn to something similar to itself? Wanted to say you're an experienced adventurer. You observed everything in such detail. Maybe. Beep, beep, beep. Jeht, you're amazing. Jeht, you're amazing. Fischl appreciates your purple hair as well. Fischl looks so cool in like the sandy areas. Jabal, what do you think of these runes?
You should ask Tirzad, he's a professional here. I'm just a brute. All I know about King Desert are old stories and no one wishes to hear.
I don't believe that at all. I really don't believe that at all. Do you guys... there's no way in the world I believe that. This hasn't been anything worth writing about. Would Benman come if I tried to take it back with me? I think we'd rather stay. Hey, now, you're acting just like Jeht. That thing, I mean, Benman can only prove its true worth when it becomes recent. No. We're not doing that. That's dangerous thinking. That's dangerous thinking, Tirzad. Look at this. Oh my god, even in the darkness, the murals look good. Oh. Oh. I love little areas like this, like with all the little items here too.
Odds revealed by Wings of Darkness. Come,
Sever night from day, why don't you? All I'm saying is just sever night from day, will you? Please. Will someone please sever night from day? You to follow it? Come right this way there, please. Look, Jared, look at this tour we're going on with this lovely blue orb tour guide. On your right, you'll see some more stone walls with some beautiful patterns. Gerald, this is the greatest date you've ever taken me on. It's no problem, honey. No problem. Even though I am paying as well. Well, honey, you know what? Ever since I got laid off at the Blue Orb Factory. Gerald, please. Wow, this side is lit up. Do we need to get on the other side to light up this open this door then? I guess so. Gerald, please. Honey, I'm not gonna try and get my revenge on the Blue Orbs. But Gerald, why would you get laid off at the Blue Orb Factory? Wouldn't you be? Because they learned how to make themselves. Oh. They hired Blue Orbs to make Blue Orbs. Gerald, please don't do anything. Honey, do I look like I'm gonna do something? Gerald, put down the knife. Okay, enough of that. Let's go.
repeats its course. Come on out.
Again, I can't even see the health bar, so we might not even be doing a crazy amount of damage. But, you know, yeah, we're not, because we didn't put any freaking elemental skill in it. And also, we need to freaking upgrade poor Sayu. I'm sorry. Hey, you got electrocuted. Don't be doing that.
Have fun with this gift.
You got electrocuted.
Everybody stand back.
There we go. A lot better damage. Yeah, it's really cool. I love like simple enough puzzles like this, right? Like they're not too serious. Like it's not too crazy. And I do like that about Genshin is that like the puzzles are never something that like gets to the point where it's like super frustrating. I think the only time when we got like a little bit frustrated was when I was clearly bad at combat, and people pointed it out very rightly so. It was during a battle with like the water creatures during the quest to get to Enkanomiya. Oh, this way? Jared, why are you looking at the blue orb like that? I just want to talk to him. So, Blue Orb, I hear you take people's jobs. Sir, can you please... I hear you take my job. Benben's been milling around the door, but nothing's happening this time. Seem to have been talking to the doors earlier, so talking to the doors. Something else. The doors can't speak. Dude, you do not know what's in this game. But something like Benben shouldn't be able to speak either, right? That's true. I guess Paimon unknowingly accepted Benben could speak as well, but the beeping really considered speaking? As long as communication is achieved, it doesn't matter if the language is used as something we're familiar with. For example, animals have their own language, and the sand has its own language too. But if you don't understand it, Paimon's curious. Paimon really wants to know what Benben is saying. Just ask Benben if you're curious. Benben, what are you talking to that door about? Beep, boop, boop, beep, 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 beep. Oh, I see. Oh, Jeht, you understand it? Of course not. It's just as I mentioned before. I can sense some of its emotions. But once you can understand Benben's emotions, trying to guess what Benben is saying isn't that difficult. Well, to be honest, Paimon didn't sense or understand anything. Did you? I'll say not at all, because we didn't understand. We didn't, you know? Paimon has no idea what Jeht's talking about. Well, no one has been here for a very long time. Of course, but I guess like maybe like it is the feeling more than actual just like understanding. Someone has been here, but they weren't able to open this door. The smirk as well? Yeah, even Benben can't open it. The door is protecting something very important, and so much time has passed that it's almost forgotten how it used to open. People used to come here long, long ago, and someone even passed this way many times a day. I mean, it's such a huge door after all. People used to walk here, huh? People used to walk here, huh? It must have been a mischievous cat that no one could catch, which is why there's so many people pass through here. Wait a minute, did the door tell Benben all that? Of course not. It's just a guess based on Benben's emotions. I almost believed you. I'd unknowingly included it in my paper. Wouldn't everyone laugh at me once I published it? Yeah, but like, here's the thing. Honestly, good story though. How will you make it up to me when that happens? Well, dude, you did it. Without doing more research. Dear Zad, that would be your own mistake. As a researcher, you'd be able to distinguish authenticity of the materials you collect. She's right. Ah. That was close. Paimon believed her too. Thank goodness we don't have any papers to write. Beep. We have a long journey ahead. Let's stop wasting time and get moving. Right, this place is huge and filled with doors. If we do this in front of every door, who knows how long it will take us to finish? Wouldn't it be perfect? You aren't fond of camping outside, but this place has walls, a ceiling, and even the research materials you want. King Desret's civilization fell due to tyranny, and this place is probably his mausoleum. I'd rather spend 2 weeks in the desert than spend a single night here. Jeht, do you think King Desret have...
Jeht.
Oh. Alright. Noctigal and the others are still waiting for us at the oasis. Let's continue exploring. That's also a very interesting dynamic as well I didn't think about, which I probably should have thought about a little bit. Which is the idea that we have a... You know, we're with two people who would have believed in King Desret and would have followed King Desret. Maybe, you never know. But like... You have someone then who has like the kind of like the very Sumeru teaching of King Desret as well. In Tirzad. So that's pretty much going to do it for this episode of our explorations, I suppose, through the Golden Slumber. Now, I know that I take a bit of time and I'm talking about everything, and that's just how we do this stuff, so it's probably going to take a bit of time, but I do want to make sure we have enough time to really like dig our teeth into what's going to be happening next, because it's very clear we're entering into this whole area and maybe even heading up to the mausoleum of King Desret, which is going to be a big deal. And I want to make sure that like my mind is completely focused on all of this. I'm so excited to get into this. We're going to be doing this basically every single week. We do a World Quest episode once a week, or we try to do that, especially like when we're going to these games, because there's a lot of World Quests. And the next time we're going to be heading into this area. And I'm very glad we got to meet the characters we got to meet today. I'm very excited to go forward to this week. We have the Parade of Providence coming up as well. And we also have a Layla Hangout. I would have done the Layla Hangout later, but I believe you have to kind of like, if Layla is a character in the Parade of Providence, so having her Hangout done as well is just a really good idea. I want to say thank you to the Never Gonna Play the Baby Gangster on Patreon, Ty42, Jamie Bull, Jonathan Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicitas Felix, Yuled, Radish, Anusta, Shibata Bread, Malcolm Day, Death Trap, and Links Markey. And I'll see you all very soon. Sorry, do you want to do a thing? Oh, she's already starting. Okay.
Can't catch me.
Perfect.
the door.